What's going on, YouTube? Back at it again, another Monday. Like 50 videos deep at this point. Making a solid push. Today's going to be another political video generally because honestly there's not a whole lot of financial stuff going on. Might be a little more financial later in the week, but obviously we got some big news over the weekend and it's still developing, so that's all I've been listening to. That's all I've been talking about today, basically. I mean, they're still looking into everything. It's obviously all getting investigated. I mean, at this point, I don't really know. I don't know really what's going to come out of it besides the fact that they find out maybe the kid's motivation. I don't know why people are calling him a kid. I don't know why I called him a kid. He's like 20 years old. This fucking dude's motivation for taking a couple shots off at Trump and all that, I don't know if it really matters. People are trying to, I think, justify one way or the other, like, oh, he's a Republican, oh, he's a Democrat, oh, blah, blah, to make it, like, fit their narrative better. I don't know. Fucking who cares, dude? Just wait until they find out some more information. It's stupid. All these people just come out and speculate on everything and then get it wrong anyway, just because they want attention at the beginning. I guess it is what it is. Whatever. Just hold on for a little bit and wait for the facts. I feel like that's the easy way to do it, and then decide then. There's a bunch of stuff coming out about who he was and all this stuff. I mean, he's just some dude from Pennsylvania. He graduated a couple years ago. Seems like he was like a weird kid, kind of. I don't know. The one interview, the kid just keeps talking about how much he got bullied. Kind of a weird exchange with the kid he went to school with, I guess, but who knows? Who fucking knows? Doesn't really matter. Decided he was going to take some shots at the president at a rally. To me, what's more interesting is there's some more information coming out now that there's videos, and I might try to link one in the description below, like they're syncing the audio up from when Trump's speaking to the videos of people watching the dude crawl up the roof to his position where he started shooting from. And there was like 2 whole minutes of people yelling, there's a guy on this roof, there's a guy with a gun, and they just let Trump stay up on the stage. Which to me sounds a little suspect. I don't know about that, dude. In my mind, as soon as somebody, I mean, they're all on the same radio channels and stuff between each other. Like, not the same exact ones, but they all have communications with each other. You think the cops don't talk to the Secret Service? They definitely have it all set up like that. You would think as soon as one cop hears about there's a man with a gun, they would just pull Trump off the stage. Wouldn't matter if it's credible really or not. Like, if there's any thought that there might be somebody with a gun out in the crowd or like trying to get a vantage point, they would pull him off, and they didn't, which is weird. So that's interesting. I don't know what's going to come out of that. Maybe, I mean, it can always just be incompetence by the Secret Service and the cops, the local cops and stuff, but I mean, if you watch the other video I made or you watch some of the news about this, I'm sure you've seen the diagrams of where he's at on the roof, and the roof the Secret Service snipers were on, the police snipers, whatever. I don't think they were Secret Service. And where Trump was speaking, like, it's the only roof in the general area, that and a water tower. Like, they should have had that locked up. I mean, it doesn't seem that hard, but that'll be, I think that's the more interesting side of this story, is the failure to kind of do their jobs and be proactive in the sense of, like, there's people, I mean, regular people are out there screaming the dude has a gun, and nothing happens. They just let him crawl up the building, and then obviously what happened. He took some shots at Trump, killed the one guy, injured another person. All could have been avoided if they would have just been proactive about it. I mean, otherwise it seems like the kid was just, obviously he's pretty fucked up mentally to think that was a good idea. And like, you're not going to survive. Even if you killed him, I mean, even if you kill the president, I mean, you're not going to survive that. Like, they're going to catch you. They're going to either kill you on the spot or whatever. So, I don't know. Obviously, something's wrong with them. So, take that for what it is. And then, otherwise, I mean, the only thing I could think that I was thinking before I started the video that, like, maybe this is, they're from Pennsylvania. They live in kind of a little no-name town type situation. I mean, that's similar to where I'm at. Like, I'm in Ohio. I'm in rural Ohio. This is where I grew up. I mean, it's wild. to think, especially because like the area is conservative, I'm assuming, so people are assuming he's conservative. I think he's registered Republican, but he donated to a Democrat PAC basically at one point a couple years ago. So people are going back and forth to whose side he's on and whose fault it is, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I don't think that matters as much. It'd be interesting to see what the motivation was for and what the plan was. I mean, I don't think most of these people have a real plan. Like, I think they're insane, obviously. But who knows? We'll see what comes out of it. Hold your fucking horses and don't be making assumptions. It's annoying as shit to see people on Twitter just assuming things. I think at the very beginning there was a guy who posted a picture of one of the armored like SWAT guys that stands up on the stage and like is like, thank you to this brave hero who took down the shooter, and it's like, dude, that's not even who fucking, a dude didn't even shoot his weapon one time. He just literally people just make shit up. They just want to be the first one, get some attention, and keep it moving. Don't be like that. Nobody likes people like that in my mind. That shit annoys the hell out of me. It really chaps my ass. And besides that, the only other political news is Trump picked his VP. Good old Ohio boy, J.D. Vance. I don't really know much about him, honestly. Been listening to a little bit about him because now I'm curious who he is. Senator from Ohio, new senator. He's a younger guy. He's only 39 or 40 years old. He's not super old. He wrote a book and a movie, and they made a movie about it. I've heard of it. Hillbilly Elegy, whatever. It's about basically growing up being poor and white. So, I mean, whatever. I grew up around that shit too. I don't know if it's that special. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I have to read the book or whatever. Drug addicted, poor, working class, white area is where he grew up, I guess, and that's what he made the book about. Addiction problems, poverty. I mean, some general themes I think a lot of people can identify with it. You don't have to fucking be white or whatever. I don't know if that's what he was going for. I'm not saying it is, but whatever. Plenty of poor people to go around, man. So maybe more people identify with that, though. Not going to take it away from him. I mean, now he's obviously very successful. He's a senator. I think he's also like started a venture capital fund and what else? Graduated from OSU, I heard that today, and went to Yale for law. So obviously not an idiot, pretty smart. I don't think he would get there if he's a complete moron, but it's crazier things have happened. I don't know. Look at Kamala Harris. I don't think she's a genius. She's just a political person. I don't know how that works. I don't know how any of that works as far as why you would want to really do that, especially if this J.D. Vance guy's a smart guy. Hopefully his intentions are just to help people, which would be great, but we'll see. I've never really heard anything about him, to be honest. Even though I'm from Ohio, like I said, I've never voted before. I didn't vote for him. I don't know what our Senate in Ohio has done recently, really, anything, maybe some abortion shit recently or something like that, but that's about it. I don't even know who the other senator is. I need to educate myself. Obviously don't know enough about it, but still interesting that he picked a good old Ohio boy. I don't think it's that complicated. I think he picked him because J.D. Vance ride or dies for Trump. So I think it's pretty obvious. Trump's very about himself, I would say, at a minimum. So he's going to pick somebody who basically is on the same page with him. I don't know why they pick somebody who's not on the same page. I mean, Barack Obama picked Biden because that eats up more vote. You can just basically widen your base. That's fine, whatever. Trump didn't do that. He leaned into what he already does. And I know at one point J.D. Vance didn't like Trump, but supposedly he does now. I mean, it's all political bullshit anyway, so what did you expect, man? If you get asked to be vice president, you're probably going to fucking take it. I mean, Vivek did the same shit where he was like, nah, I'm not running for vice president, I'm running for president, and then he lost. But if Trump would have offered it to him, I bet he would have took it. Because there has to be at least a little bit of you that's like a narcissistic part that you kind of want this status, this power, whatever. And I'm not saying like I'm holier than thou or whatever. I mean, if somebody asked me to be the vice president, somehow I got in a position to do that, I'd probably fucking do it too. It sounds sick. I don't know, people say it sounds like shit, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Like I said, I hope J.D. Vance's whole point, I hope Trump's whole point is to help people. I don't think that's necessarily the case, but I mean, if you could get in that position and have the power to help people, why not? I mean, what's better than that? That'd be a good time. But It's getting hot as shit in here. It's like fucking 90 degrees in Ohio again, and I got no motherfucking AC in this bitch, so I'm going to cut the video there. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Check out some of the other vids. Subscribe to the channel if you got something out of it, learn something. Give it a like. Dislike it if you didn't like it. Catch you guys on Tuesday.